Look what I found. Okay, let's be real for a minute. I totally blew this out of proportion, okay? But seriously, it took forever to find these things at Walmart. They came out, what, close to a month ago, and it took me forever to find them. Now, it's no secret at this point that Hasbro has been using Generations in the past several years to make various homages in toys of characters that fans love but have never really gotten a good toy of, you know, like Straxus in Dartmount here, or Nautica, who is a remold of Titan's Return Blur. And then there's also characters like Rhinox, who haven't had a toy in several years and would want a modernized version, which is really what Generations in the first place set out to do. Or, for instance, a more accurate toy in Tankor, which his original toy was good, but it was not accurate in any way, shape, or form to the cartoon. Thrilling 30 really got this down well. The only problem was they did one or two figures from one specific series, but they didn't really do enough. That being the Unicron trilogy. Yeah, the first Starscream was great, but the Megatron left a lot to be desired considering he was just a remold. Honestly, Hasbro left a lot of the Unicron trilogy fans hanging, myself included. We were left wondering when we would get another good figure. Until recently. With Siege coming out, we finally got new homages and modernized versions of Unicron trilogy characters, like Hotshot, and the best Optimus Prime design, in my opinion, to ever come out. And recently in Legacy, we've got a release for a Cybertron Metroplex and plenty more announcements coming for new figures. Nope, don't show that, don't. Which brings me to today's review, Velocitron Speedia 500 Legacy Override. This figure is probably the one that was at the top of my list when I first saw it get announced. Not to say that I saw like 50,000 reviews before it even got up for pre-order, but nevertheless, I was still really excited for it. Now, in the Cybertron cartoon, or the Galaxy Force show, she was the leader of planet Velocitron, or Speedia if you're watching Galaxy Force. Also, if you were watching Galaxy Force, you will know that she was a male in the Japanese cartoon. Her other name was Nitro Convoy, if I remember correctly. But, as usual, we're going to start in vehicle mode, and this is pretty close to the original vehicle mode. It's not quite completely accurate, but it is really, really close to what it used to be. We'll start with detailing. As you can see, there's a lot of Cybertronian detail. There's a lot of panel lines right there. There's some like hood scoops in here. It's very, very aerodynamic looking car. You got the cockpit here with some gold marks right here. I wonder what that is right there. That's definitely the head, as you can see. In the back, you've got some basically thrusters here, and you got a little slot in there. I'll show you what that does in a second, but the wheels look really nice. They're translucent, but they're really solid. I don't think I have to worry about those breaking on me anytime soon. You can definitely tell that this is a Cybertronian race car. And that is, I mean, that's what they're going for. Override is a racer, and she's the leader of a racing planet. Now, a lot of you guys know how great the new boxes are, so I was going to take this time to show you what it is like to unbox a new figure. God, I hate new packaging. But anyway, back to the review. On the back here, there's a little slot right there. That actually can take a old Cybertron line Cyber Key. I know a lot of you guys remember these. This one's got one of those codes on the back. So what we're going to do, we're going to go right in here and just slide that right in. And you can have a Cyber Key in there. I mean, it doesn't do anything, of course, but that's just a really nice touch that you can put that in there. It doesn't really sit in very well. I mean, I wiggled it out just with a little effort. But it's still a really nice touch so that you can fit this in there and have more of an accurate Cybertron look if you want to display it with your figures. Now, I don't usually do this, but since this is the most modern figure I've reviewed so far, I am going to do a size comparison in vehicle mode. Here she is with Cybertron Hotshot, Galaxy Force Galaxy Convoy, one of her native pals, Cybertron Clocker, and a more modern figure in Legacy Dragstrip. Coming back to robot mode, this is absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you guys have ever played with or have seen the original figure, but yeah. Looking at the character model, this is definitely way more accurate than the original. Now, I'm not by any means saying that the original's bad. It's really not that bad of a figure. It's just a little bit proportionally off due to the way the gimmick and transformation works. But back to this figure, the proportions are great and the colors work really well. I mean, the red on the legs looks really good, and then the legs on the inner leg looks really nice as well. And the gold gets brought out really well, like she's really important racer. And honestly, the look of it gives me a little bit of a race car driving uniform vibe with the coveralls and the shoes, because they don't wear boots. I've watched a lot of NASCAR in the past years of my life, and they wear these like sneaker type shoes. I don't know what that's for. Let me know in the comments if you guys know why they do that. But let's get a good look at the head here. That is definitely Cybertron Override. And honestly, if you wanted it to be Nitro Convoy, you probably could get away with it. That's not too feminine of a face, honestly. But overall, the look of the figure is fantastic. Now you can see a lot of the new detail, like you got the crests on the arms. There's a lot of the car detail here too, but I'll left that out. But anyway, you got a lot of new detail you can see here. The back is very clean as well. Actually, the gaps in the legs were filled really by the transformation. But yeah, this is a very proportionally good figure overall. Now you can arm override, of course. You just take this off the back right here. You can just position these however you want. I'm just going to fold them on up, and then what we're going to do, just open these up, and you got a double barrel gun, and we'll make her a lefty. How about that? And now she's armed, and that honestly looks really good in her hands. It's a very proportionate gun. Let's readjust that a little bit. There you go. You spread that out. I mean, that looks pretty good. A lot better than the original's gun. The gun on the original, the barrels, I guess they were made of a rubbery plastic because of safety reasons, because of how they flipped out in the transformation. But yeah, these on the original did not last very long. They'd bend and warp and all that bad stuff. So this is really a lot better. Now, in terms of movement, articulation, this thing can move a lot, really. The head, I don't think is on a ball joint. I think it's just on a peg. So it can go forward and back all the way around, as long as that little tab isn't hindering it. Let me get that plug back in. Take the arm out. The arm will go all the way around, outward at the shoulder. There's a swivel at the bicep, and there's a swivel at the wrist. The legs have really, really good movement. The knee, all the way more than 90 degrees at the knee. And then you've got a thigh swivel and universal hips, completely universal hips. And then there's a little bit of play in the ankle there too. So you can get a lot of really good poses out of her. And honestly, for this size, it's a really nice, really high quality, and really good articulated. It's time for some size comparisons. Here she is with Hot Shot again, Convoy, Classics Prime, and Drag Strip. I gotta say, overall, I am absolutely satisfied with the way Override turned out. She is completely accurate in the robot mode to the show and the old figure, and she in vehicle mode looks sleek and dynamic, and she can get into plenty of different poses. And the best part is she'll fit in with either one of your lines. The new Legacy line, she fits in perfectly, and she honestly fits in really well with the original Cybertron line, and is a perfect replacement for that original figure. Now, she is in the Voyager price point, which means she's going to be in about $33, but I think it's well worth it considering how well-rounded she is overall. And I recommend her to just about any collector. She is perfect for your collection. Anyways, guys, I've been the Treebot. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, why not like and subscribe? Announcements. I will be at BotCon the 26th through the 28th, so come on down and see me if you're there, and let's have a good time together. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.